So I've managed SBC's climate program for 5 years now and continue to be blown away at the work that members are doing to reduce emissions in their business. My role involves looking for opportunities to grow your capability, as well as using systems thinking to identify some of the more impactful ways that we can shift New Zealand Inc. The theme for the annual council meeting is looking back to look forwards. So in the same vein, I'll recap some of the work we've recently delivered and give you a sense of what's coming up in the next 18 months. The challenge with the climate work is there's so much we could do, so what do we choose? When we first began using systems thinking in 2015, we coordinated a series of climate action groups. They worked together to reduce emissions in areas such as energy and transport. They agreed on the projects that they would work on and shared information about why it was working well. They wanted to invite more businesses to join, but they told us they needed more visible business leadership on climate action. So we asked 13 of our member CEOs if they'd be willing to explore what that might look like. We hoped half of them would be keen, but in fact, all 13 of them helped to work to develop the Climate Leaders Coalition, which was launched in July last year with 60 signatories. Year one has been a great success. The CLC got a lot of profile, and it's been cited by many as a catalyst for action, not just in the business sector. None of us quite expected the momentum would grow to 112 signatories, who now represent over 60% gross emissions and 1/3 of private sector GDP. The CLC CEOs have told us year two is about setting up a strong foundation. The next steps will be to establish a governance group that will strengthen the accountability for signatories to show they're making progress on their commitments. And the theme of collaboration and working together to advance our transition in a more unified way was central to the work that we did on the Embark event last month. We worked with WWF New Zealand, ECA, and Ministry for the Environment to deliver a big event to galvanise emission reduction action and connect different parts of the system in a more meaningful way. Embark featured such a high calibre of speakers willing to share their knowledge, and being able to connect people with the providers of products and solutions meant that we got overwhelmingly positive feedback. Thanks to those of you who were there and helped to make it such a success. The biggest learning for me from Embark was how much I had to continue to push for the event to look and feel different from your usual conference. That we don't need international speakers to inspire us or tell us what to do. That we don't need people to sponsor us to run an event that large and small organizations can both afford to attend, and that you might need to put yourself out of your comfort zone to figure out your next steps. That's why I loved Mike's message on the need for personal leadership on climate action. I promise, you can count on me. Because someone decided 2019 was the year that we pushed the button, and now all eyes are on us to deliver. So in this time of a huge sense of urgency and momentum building at a fast pace, there are even more things that people are asking of us. What the system needs is a compelling vision for our future and the benefits of a net zero world. It also needs evidence and storytelling from businesses who've reaped the benefits of making climate action and emission reduction real. So now that you've all embarked on your journeys, what will it take to embed emission reduction and make it real? We asked a few of you, and you've told us that you want us to prioritize influencing positive climate action behaviors and helping to tackle Scope 3 emissions. So on the 24th of September, we'll do a workshop looking at tools to influence positive climate behavior change, and we'll hear how members are already doing this successfully. Can you imagine the impact if we encouraged the 158,000 employees that work for you to get in behind climate change? And in March, we'll run a workshop on how to better understand and manage Scope 3 emissions. We'll focus on working with suppliers to help them reduce emissions. And we know that some of you have already started to target suppliers that you've got in common. So we'll look forward to hear how that's going in March. We'll continue our focus on freight as a common emission reduction opportunity for members. We had a workshop at the end of May for stakeholders from heavy transport. We explored some ideas for making the heavy transport sector net zero by 2050. And the group identified a project to develop a joint financing model for low emissions solutions and turn it into a roadmap so they can see what's coming down the line. At the moment, I'm meeting with the people who've expressed interest in being involved, and we'll develop the work program, which I hope to confirm by the end of 2019. Over the last few years, SBC has tried to help members understand how their sustainability objectives and initiatives can improve natural capital in New Zealand. We think that linking natural capital with climate change is a good enabler to make a more meaningful connection with the environment. Natural climate solutions deliver a reduction in greenhouse gas emissions through changes in land use or by capturing and storing additional carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Several members have expressed interest in scoping a project to develop a natural climate solution, which is just about to start, and will continue to position SBC members at the leading edge for innovative approaches for climate change. So if there are any questions, please offer them up via Slido or vote up questions others have posed. And just get in touch with me directly if there's anything you'd like further info on, or if your business would like to be involved in anything that I've outlined. So my hope is that there's something in the program for everyone that will help it make it easier to ramp up the great work that you're already doing. I will help you embed emission reduction in your business. I promise to share your successes with others, and you can count on the SBC team to make it easy and fun. Thank you.